say
It's
that.
time. It's time.
Never forget the bubbles. That would be like something I would graffiti. Okay, what if we talked about permission? Because that's what I'm running up against confessionally right now as I close out my 20s, as the series goes. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want to keep it going. Last time I was on here, I talked about the relationship between security and risk. This time I want to talk about the relationship between acceptance and permission, because I feel like I've come a long way in prioritizing seeking acceptance over like perfection or achievement of some high standard. It's like, what if I could accept this thing instead of trying to wrestle with it and change it all of the time? Like, maybe it doesn't need to change. I need to be changed by it, kind of thing. The thing about acceptance is like, nobody's going to give you permission to do it explicitly. Or actually, I feel like the reason a lot of us pay for therapy is to have someone that can give us permission to be immoral actors or like make decisions that don't necessarily like coincide with what we thought we should do in this lifetime. And like the more autonomy, maybe this is a triad, the relationship between acceptance, permission, and autonomy, because the more autonomy that you seek in your life, the more you attempt to like ascertain your own values and then attempt to live by them. That's not like a very permissible way to live. Like, being a heterodox thinker in an orthodox world is resistance. It's all the time resisting. Right now, it's like, I want permission to like not text my friends back. Like, I was talking about this on Revelatorium, which I never did. I did my podcast launch on my Instagram and I never did one on YouTube, which is where the majority of my audience is. But like, I have a podcast. It's amazing. It's where heterodox thinkers go to have a good time. And I was talking about wanting to be released from my identification as like a good texter. Like, I have really high social needs. I'm such a huge extrovert. I maintain a lot of long distance relationships. And I like being the kind of person who is very responsive. But now I'm realizing being so responsive all the time means that I can get really dysregulated with my day, where it's just like, I am just kind of always on high alert to like respond to something, and I don't have a lot of like concerted focus. And so I'm like, oh, is it okay if I go on Do Not Disturb and I do not respond for 8 hours, because I know the second I respond, it's going to like derail my afternoon, and not in a bad way. It'll derail my afternoon in like a very pleasurable way. But like, summer is over. I need to get off the hedonic treadmill and onto at least the elliptical. And like, this is how I'm going to do it. So I want someone to tell me, oh yeah, that's fine. I want all my friends to give me permission that I can just, you know, not text them back immediately and basically in my mind, like, be a worse friend. I want permission to be a worse friend. I want permission to be a bad person. It's not the same as like, you know, that Fleabag speech that she like wants the hot priest to tell her what to do. I don't want to be told what to do. I want, when I tell somebody what I want to do, to tell me to do it. So we've graduated. We're on Fleabag season 3 now. And I've just realized like, this is not distant from my project of self-acceptance. Like, why is other people's permission more valuable than my own? Like, if I want permission to go hang out with my friend instead of doing my laundry, like, I gotta give myself that. My life administration belongs to me. And ultimately it's like, why would I want to like let someone usurp that? Why would I want to give someone the power to permit my life? Like, our lives, if anyone's seen Phantasmas with Julio Torres, our life literally does have permits. We have identification cards, we have leases, we have Some of us have visas, we have passports, we have all these permits to exist and live and work and whatnot. And like growing up in a very hierarchical education structure, you're used to literally asking permission to go to the bathroom. And that's such a fucked up way to educate kids about their own bodily autonomy. It's like, if you need to go use the bathroom, you should use your best judgment. And like, if you are doing it 7 times during class to avoid your schoolwork, like, I don't know, I just feel like kids deserve to see that their actions have consequences. And if you think that's a hysterical thing to say, well, just be glad that I'm not a parent then. And I really don't have massive influence on any one child's life, although I'd like to change that. I do feel like no matter how hard I try to stray from Marnie Michaelsism, I just stay on her path. And right now I'm just kind of in her bohemian wave right before she goes and lives with Hannah. Like, I'm just one friend having a baby away from packing up my life and like doing that, honestly. So who's gonna do it? But yeah, it's like, it's no mystery to me where this came from. It's like, I'm used to just literally having to like ask for extensions on projects, and like you ask for your parents' permission to like sleep over your friends and hang out. And like, when you don't have youth autonomy, it means that finding autonomy in your adulthood is a little bit more problematized or troubled, because I don't have a very long legacy of it. I'm trying to figure out how to like sign my own release forms on my life and like forge the signature on my field trip to go hang out with my friends. Like, how do I give myself that sense of like, yes, this is allowed, this is a good idea, you're in the right lane. And this was all very existential, and I didn't have very many concrete examples. But if you have concrete examples of things you wish you had permission to do right now, like, what do you wish someone just told you? Yes, you can do that. Yes, it's fine to be that way. Yes, it's fine to think that. Yes, it's fine to say that. Like, what do you wish someone would just release you to do?
I want approval to eat sugar and then eat some more and then eat some more. I want approval to pay for my bike to get fixed instead of learning how to do it myself. I want approval to spend $500 to move a piano into my apartment just to spend another $500 when I want to move it out. I want approval to change my Patreon benefits. I want approval to post whatever the fuck I want on Instagram. I want approval to do something I've done successfully 6 times before. I want approval to make a move on the person I've been flirting with. I want approval to go to bed late. I want approval to go to bed early. I want approval to change my political beliefs. I want approval to change my sense of gender. I want approval to pierce my eyebrow. We are all conflicted and we're coping through a world of inherent contradictions. It's politicized.
Okay, I have something to show you, and it involves journaling and capturing ideas, as I am wont to do. And it is also the sponsor of today's video, but let me continue. I have been on a quest to bridge the analog and the digital in many aspects of my life. And this iFlyTek AI Note Air 2 solved one for me. With this tablet, I can get the embodied experience of handwriting, a very precious activity of mine, alongside the benefit of cataloging what you're jotting down and having it be searchable by keyword, date, etc. later. It has an 8.2-inch e-ink soft paper-like display and this pen that is magnetically attachable. You can also do voice to text if you find it more fluid to communicate orally. And then after, you can click to read instantly. So wherever you click on the handwritten text, it'll play the corresponding audio at that time point and highlight the transcribed text. I also do a fair amount of essay reading as well as like theory reading. So marking up PDFs on this and having a paper-like display to read off of is so helpful. The Air 2 really just sticks to what it does. It's not pushing you ads or social feeds your way, so you can be really intentional. If you are intrigued, I'll have the link in the description to check it out. And there's also 20% off before November 30th.
Boys, back Get in.